Are y'all ready for this? We are going to dive into one piece of content that added 29,000 people to an email list on one short form video. Holy mind blown emoji. So excited to dive in and break this down with all of you, show you how this is done. We're going to do some on-screen examples. I'm going to do maybe a little researching with y'all at the end because I like to have fun and see what I find on social media. So without further ado, if you are here and you are joining me live, say what's up. I want this to be an interactive session. I thrive or I vibe off of the energy that all of you bring to these. So if you're commenting back and forth, if you're liking and loving, it just gets my vibration up and gets me hyped. If you catch this later, because let's face it, we all know how the wonky algorithm works, drop me a hashtag replay. If you get value from this, I loved the value bombs. If you drop the word value in the comments, if you have light bulb moments, share with me, please. It kind of lets me know what direction to go when I do these lives, what questions you have, what you all need more help, clarity, all the things with. So before we dive into taking the peek and pulling back the curtain on this piece of content, I want to share a few things that have been going on and that are upcoming with social media and in my world, and things that are maybe even going to affect you. So number one, if you haven't seen yet, I am running a free 5-day, what are we calling it? Ignite Your Inbox bootcamp, where I'm going to show you how to set up a challenge to quickly grow your email list. I don't want to give away all the details. I will say this, that using challenges, it's one of the fastest ways to grow your list. It's one of the fastest ways to get engagement on social media. It's one of the easiest ways to actually sell your products on the back end because you're speaking to your ideal customers and clients. Does it take a few things to set up? Sure, but they're a lot of fun because people like the support, the accountability, the motivation, all the things. So I have the link above attached in this video. I'm running it for free. I would love to pour into you all and help you set one of these up. I've been doing challenges for years. They are a ton of fun. So that's number one. Number two, I wanted to start slowly sharing in here, or I probably should start quickly sharing and telling you all. Have you guys heard about the Facebook group algorithm or Facebook group API changes? Have you heard of this? Anybody know what I'm talking about? If you don't, I'm just going to tell you tip of the iceberg, how this could impact you. Like, how many of you are using Facebook groups to build your business? Let me know in the comments. Are you adding people to groups? Are you using groups to run things? Whatever, because here's the deal. After April, you will not be able to connect third-party tools within your group communities. So you're not going to be able to use Zoom, StreamYard like I do, SidShare. If you're doing that to like share your posts, you're not going to be able to do those things anymore. So there's changes coming. From what I've heard, Facebook's doing that, possibly because they can't monetize groups at all, right? There's no ads in groups, things like that. I don't know the exact reasoning. I personally, I will tell you one thing I think. One thing, and me and a friend were talking about this yesterday. One theory I have is that when you're using these tools, right, like the posting things, the SendShare, when you're using StreamYard and Zoom and things like that, sometimes, I don't know if you guys know this, but there are times when you can stream things when you're not actually live, like, right, you pre-record them. Well, that's taking away like that community factor in communities. And I believe that maybe Facebook's like, all right, we need to pull back on that. So if you are using those tools, just make yourself aware of the changes that are coming. And more important than ever, start adding people to a list like I've been preaching and teaching you. Have a way to connect with them off of social media, right? Have a way to get in touch with people. I'll share one example before we dive in. And I know you guys are chomping at the bit. We're getting to the 29,000. One example I gave to a client yesterday, I told her, use your email list. Because she was saying, Carrie, I really love my group. I don't want to stop using my group. I see the value in building an email list. I'm just like curious, how do the two work together? If you have a group, continue to use it. She's noticed that like not as many people are seeing her things in there, right? Not as many people are engaging on her posts. Any of you relate to that? So, using the email, I told her, and text messaging, you're able to circle people back to the community. You can let them know what's going on in the group. Hey, by the way, I just dropped this in the community. Hey, we have this challenge coming up in the community. You don't have to cross your fingers and hope that they get the notification, because let's be honest, they're not. And you don't have to do the at everyone, again, crossing your fingers, hoping that that didn't get buried in their notifications on Facebook. You can get in their inbox on their cell phone, ensuring that they see. And the cool part with email, right? And this is why I am now embracing email, right? I'm embracing it because I was the text girl for a long time. I didn't want to do email, but I like email because you can like tell a story. You can give a synopsis. You can let people know what's going on. Like you have real estate to type on. So if you want to send someone an email, and this is my email strategy. Write this down for those of you that are sending emails. You want to start sending emails. I like to lead with value. Value at the top, whether it is a hack, a tip, a tutorial, an affirmation, a challenge for the day, whatever it is, you want them to want to open your email so that there's something valuable. Maybe it's a recipe, whatever it is for your audience. Then under that, you can segue into upcoming sales and promotions. You could segue into things that they might have missed in your community. You can segue into those things that are a little more salesy because you got them to open your email. They saw the good, juicy stuff. You can tell stories too. Stories are amazing for email. Like let them know something you're struggling with, something that you just went through. People are connecting with you. You're the brand, right? So tell these stories. Tell things that you would want to open. I'll give you an example. How many times have you seen people on Facebook? They share like, oh my God, I can't believe that this just happened. And it's a whole post about something that happened with them and their husband or in the grocery store or in the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru. And you read the post because you're like not only nosy, but you want to see what happened. Treat your email the same way. You can connect with people on that same level, right? In their inbox. Then at the bottom, like I said, you can do your salesy little stuff. And if they don't want to take action, maybe they're just not ready to take action on something you're selling or promoting or upcoming. But in the future, they might. The whole idea is you want to keep them engaged and on your list and interacting with your emails. No better way to do that than with value. Was that helpful? A little bit? I know I digressed and went off, but this is something that I'm frequently asked and that I preach, like value first. Okay, so let's get into this. Are you guys excited to see this piece of content that has 29,000 people commented on it? I'm freaking hyped. I do want to know, and because I want this to be interactive, how many of you are using email? How many of you have your email set up? Drop it here. How many of you are using SMS? Want to know that. And freebies, are we using freebies? Not yet, maybe. Okay. Let's get into this. Let me share my screen. And yes, I do sing like this in real life to my kids. They probably think I'm nuts. I got to give you the 411. I know I shared this briefly the other day. I'm resharing this, but we're going to do it quick. I know some of you saw this. I know some of you haven't, but I need to do a little recap and set the stage for emailing and why it's freaking important. All right. So if you're here, just bear with me for about 4 minutes. I'm going to blaze through these slides and then I'm going to show you the good stuff. And I have 2 good stuff things to show you. If you've already seen this part, you can just look away for a few seconds. So email marketing, why is it important in 2024? You own your list, right? You own your list. You do not own your social media. Things you post on social aren't yours. So you want something that's yours that you control, right? You're not at the mercy of the algorithm. And with that list, you can actually engage with people specifically. Like the segmentation part is a little higher level with the email, but it's amazing. You can message your team, you can message potential customers, you can mention or message current customers. It's got so much that you can do. All right. Going to my next slide. I shared this the other day. I'm resharing again. Email is massive right now. Go to podcast, look up email list. You'll come up with so many people that are preaching, build a list, build a list, build a list. Now more than ever, social media is swamped. We're fighting for real estate against other creators, other business owners. Email's going to get you in front of your people faster. Now, I like my little emojis here to show you the journey, right? This is what it looks like. Let's walk through the process really quick. People connect with you on social. They find your stuff on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, wherever you're at. Then you have to be providing people calls to action. People don't know what you want them to do. You have to be crystal freaking clear. Are you ready for a massive pro tip? Write this one down. Put your calls to action in the very beginning on your short form video. So right there, that first line that they see, you're telling them exactly what to do before you write the rest of your caption. So if it's a video where you're going to share your discount code, your guide, your recipe, comment the word recipe and I'll send it to you. Oh my gosh, my family loved this the other night. My kids couldn't get enough of it. It had so much protein in it. And then at the end, you're going to do the call to action sandwich. Put the call to action again. By the way, did you comment the word recipe so that I could send this to your inbox? So that I can DM this to you, right? That's a little pro tip. It works amazingly. So you need to tell your people on social what you want them to do. We have to treat our people on social like fifth graders, truly. I don't know how many of y'all have a fifth grader. I have a fourth and a sixth grader. So we need to be talking to our audience like their skill level is low, right? And the calls to action need to be crystal clear, and the shorter the process, the better. If you're telling people, let me give you an example. If you're telling people, go to the link in my bio, click on it, go to the fifth thing down, click on that, then go to that screen and do this, you all lost them. It needs to be simple, okay? So examples are they could comment, they could go to the link in the bio, but it has to be very clear, or they DM you. This is what I was just talking about. Don't have people go to these crazy freaking link trees and milkshakes that have too many things. You want to have like one, maybe two. Next, when they go to your call to action, I'm giving this like a command. You should be sharing a freebie, right? And a freebie just means that you are giving them something free in exchange for their contact info. So you're giving them a checklist, you're giving them a guide, a quiz, a challenge, a discount, a webinar invite, whatever it is, you give free, they give you their email. You're just exchanging. Got it? Next. Let me get to my screen here so I can click it. After that, when they DM you, they comment, you send the info, they fill out a form, and that is where you get their name, their email, their phone number, right? Then this is the fun part. This is the fun part that I geek out on. You have to have software. There has to be a way for them to fill out the form and have the magic happen, have the thing go to their inbox. The software is my specialty. If you haven't heard, I rolled out my brand new platform that has email, text, blog, payment system, a way for you to build courses, a calendar, like literally everything. So if you want to check out my software, it works with Project Broadcast. Comment the word software and I'll connect with you. After the software, they get the email. I should put a little phone here because you can also send them a text, which I highly recommend. I have a client I work with, her inbox, her first message right now is popping. Actually, her whole email sequence is popping because we've layered in text messages so that people know that they got an email. They get a little text, right? How many of us get texts from businesses? Raise your hand. They get a text, go check your inbox. I just sent you X, Y, or Z. And then they go and her open rates through the roof. So after they get the first email, then, sorry, I'm hitting the wrong way. They go into a little sequence where they continue to hear from you. You're not fighting the algorithm. Does that make sense? All right. Now, this is what the process looks like. And I'm about to show you this 29,000 reel. This is just a more linear way of seeing it. Person sees you. They fill out the form. They go into this little area of what they're getting. and then they're in your funnel. We call this a funnel. That's why I put it this way. See, it's like a funnel, like on the beach with the beach sand. They're here in this like holding tank until they're ready to buy. So I put sometimes this nurture takes months, y'all. Sometimes it takes months. I've even had it take years that people were hearing from me via email or text before they ever made a purchase. Okay. So where am I at? Boop, here we go. Let's dive in and check out this piece of content. Are you ready? Drop me some fire emojis if you're ready. Ready for this? So this is the account that I happened to come across the other day. Right here, we got my girl, Miss Dana Lewis. She is talking about, and as I go through this, I like to point out things for you guys to potentially change on your own profile and to take notes. All right. So name, muy importante, right? After that, if you are not putting this on your Instagram and even on your TikTok bio, you want to have who you are helping, what your goal is. So she's talking cortisol hormone plus stress resilience. Then she tells you a little blurb about herself. She's your widow friend sharing simple tips for supporting your stress hormone, lower your inflation, conquer anxiety. All of these things, especially this one, are SEO searchable, search engine searchable. Like when you're on Instagram, you go to the magnifying glass, if you look up stress resilience, or widow stress, the likelihood of her account coming up is very high because she has those words up there. All right. Now, the piece of content that I saw, let's check her out and look at the number. It actually went up. It was 29,000. So even more people are engaging. Here it is. It's short and it's sweet, right? She clearly went through some trauma in her life that she's talking about stress. She's hitting on pain points. And then she's telling you that she's going to educate you on 4 things that she has learned and implemented immediately. So she's going to be selling a product, right? I'm going to show you how this process works, but this is her piece of content. She's talking directly to the pain points of people that are dealing with stress. Going over here, right? She talks about where stress comes from, what happened to her. Love that she has the call to action, hit follow, let's be friends. Again, reminding your audience what you want them to do. Then she has her tips. 1, 2, 3. Oh, here's the call to action coming. And 4. And look at this. Another call to action. You see that? Peppered in there. This could have been at the top, but I like the way she did it. I think she did an amazing job. Save for later. Comment cheat sheet. So, of course, your girl commented cheat sheet because I was like, I want to see what's going on here, what she's sending. Let's go to my inbox. Here's the cheat sheet. Easy peasy. Congrats, your nutrition cheat sheet's here. She has it. Then she has this quick little video as a guide to get you started. I'll maybe play the video for you in a second, but let's go look at the cheat sheet. This, PS, y'all, is what a freebie is. This is something she's giving her audience for free in exchange for their contact information. Okay. So we have the Stress Less Nutrition Cheat Sheet, your guide to lowering cortisol and ditching inflammation 1 bite at a time. Love it, love it, love it. She tells you to screenshot this, save it to the notes on your phone. I mean, this is beautiful. Well laid out. She's talking about where stress comes from, giving you some portion control for different things, right? Do you feel sold to? Are you feeling sold to at all? Because I'm not. Then she has helping you support your best life, where to go. But the actual selling, let me go back to here, is, oops, did I just do the wrong thing? Hold on. Are we on here? Yeah. Is here on her email. This is where she's starting to sell to you in this video, sharing a product that has helped her to lower her stress. Now, let me connect the dots before I even dive into this. She's pulling people in, sharing a guide, a cheat sheet, giving them some free value, some free tips. From there, people, if they want to take it next level, will purchase her product. At the end of the day, she's got 30,000 people that are coming in. even if a very small percentage of those people decide to purchase, do the math, y'all. Do the math. So on this video, let me share this tab. She's talking a little bit about her cheat sheet, right?
Taking the next step in your health with the nutrition cheat sheet. My name is Dana Lewis, and I am
little intro. I'm not going to play it all. 3 minutes, 35 seconds. But here it is right here. She has accelerate your results. Again, she's offering to give people things for free, but she's telling them if they want to accelerate their results, there's the information right there. Use the promo code Dana for $10 off and get a free gut reboot. Everybody with me? I'm going to give you another example too. Bear with me. I have one more other different example for you guys to see. What questions do you have? Throw me questions that you got. This is the process. You have to find that sweet spot. And let's go back to her profile. I do want to show you a couple other things. So on here, these are some things that I want you guys to consider for your own accounts. Look at this. If you've been on these videos with me at any amount of time, what do we look at when we're looking for these videos? Somebody better drop it in the comments. What do all of these videos have in common? They all have the word stress. Are you seeing it? You need to think of what your thing is that you are showing up to educate or explain or teach. And she has it on every video. So every video, when people come across her, they see the word stress. So let's look at this. 10 things no one ever told you about stress and your health. Look, she did a freaking series. This is bomb. 10 things no one ever told you about stress and your health, skin issues. Number 5. All right, I'm just so happy we uncovered this together. I didn't even realize it was a freaking series, but it is. Series keep people coming back, and this is likely why her following is growing so fast. If you don't know how to set up a series, it's just you sharing one thing or, multiple things and then telling people come back for day 2, come back for part 2, come back for part 3, come back for the next part. This is bomb. Go take notes. Bomb, bomb, bomb. All right, so sharing, let's go back to her profile. I love that. Like she has a little, what is the word? A meme intertwined in there about stress, 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 stress. You feel me? Okay, let's look at another example. So I stopped singing to you guys. Let's go over to, and I've shared this chick before as well, but I'm sorry, her content is just so freaking good and how she has it laid out. And I want to show you a different guide that she just shared. So this is Brooke. She's the mom of 4 boys chick, right? So up here, she doesn't really have a tagline. She probably could put mom of 4 boys, but it's up here, so it's totally fine. And who cares? Her following's insane at this point. But she's Brooke. All of her content is, look, mom of 4 boys. Mom of 4 boys, how she does this. Mom of 4 boys, the morning routine. Mom of 4 boys, a core memory, right? It's just, you see that over and over and over. I went on one of her reels this morning. I forget which one I commented on. I wanted to check it out. I forget which one it was. It was one of these. Anywho, let me show you what came to my inbox. I'm going to give you another example of a freebie. So this one was her sharing her favorite things, including a workout outfit, recipes, a cold plunge, and more. So you have her guide that popped up. Let me show you what that looks like. Here it is. I think this one I actually commented on a recipe reel. So my favorite things, my go-to workout outfit, everyday mom look, cold plunge, barrel tub, pillows, recipes, and more. Check this out. All of this is monetized stuff, you guys. You click on it, it's going to take you over to Amazon, wherever else. And then she's giving value down here. She has recipes for the home, buffalo chicken wraps, keto cookie dough. So her freebie isn't even like anything insanely valuable. It's just the fact that on her content, she's pulling people over to her email list. Let me find that one. Hold on. I know it was one of these. It was a recipe one. Was it one of the ones at the top? Kids, How I Conquer. I can't remember which one I commented on to get that this morning. I'm trying to look. I thought there was one with the recipe on there. But do you see all of it's mom of 4 boys and all the things that she does? So let's just look at one as an example. Here's the call to action right here. Comment plan to get my meal planning and weekly planning template. She tells people what she does. You comment the word plan, and you're going to get her template. It's the same process over and over and over. Once you have your system set up with your freebie, let me unshare my screen so I can look at you guys for a minute. Once you have this system set up, right? You come up with whatever your freebie is going to be. You get to show up and do the fun part, making content and just pushing people to the process over and over and over. So Dana, the girl I shared with you first, she has a freebie, which is bomb, right? It's value. She has a video in her email talking about the product that really helped to reduce her stress. And she's just sharing content over and over. You're pushing people into that funnel over and over. How many of you watched the other night when I did the live about doing research? How many of you watched that? If you haven't watched my live where I taught you how to do research, I did it live on the fly. Drop the word research and I'll make sure that you see it. If you did watch it, like, did you do the research yet? You need to go on social media and consume content. I heard this, a trainer sharing this morning. I forget who it was. You need to consume content from if you want your business to grow, if you want your business to explode. When you're scrolling on social media, for a large portion of the time when you're scrolling, you need to be scrolling with a purpose. You need to be scrolling to see what people are doing. What are they saying? The reels that have a lot of likes and comments, what did they do on it? What was their hook? What was their call to action? How are they moving? What were the next steps? Are they building an email list? Do they have people commenting to grab a freebie? And if they do, you damn well be getting the freebie. Go and check it out, right? The last tip I want to give you that I actually heard on a TikTok this morning, write this one down. When you are going and engaging with other accounts, you should actually be following and engaging with accounts that are in your niche. Let me give you an example. If you are someone that's working in the realm of, I don't know, what topic do I want to say? Let's do strength training because that's something I have like an area of expertise on, right? If I am building a following for strength training and I want to teach people, women about strength training, I need to go and follow and engage with other accounts that are sharing that same type of content. So if I'm sharing content relative to strength training, who is following all of those accounts? All people that want to learn how to do strength training, right? So I should be following and engaging with those types of accounts. In comparison, if I'm teaching strength training, but I am following all of these accounts that have to do with, I don't know, horseback riding, and I'm engaging with those accounts, that has nothing to do with, does that make sense? So if you are trying to increase your reach, if you are trying to build that perfect little algorithm of like a world that TikTok understands you, that Instagram understands you, you need to be following accounts and engaging with accounts in your niche. And when I say engaging, I mean getting into the comments and actually leaving good quality comments so that other people that are also following those accounts see you. They start to see you as the expert. Not only are you going to engage to be the expert and for people to come and follow you because you're also a strength training account, but so that you can see through the comments, what are people asking? What problems do they have? Oh shit, there's a lot of girls asking questions about how much protein they should eat after a strength training workout. Or, oh my gosh, there's a ton of girls wondering, should they eat a banana before or after their workout? I'm just giving you random examples. Then guess what? If all of those people are asking that, what should you do? Go and create some content because you are going to attract those people. Do you see how it works? It's like a game, but it's not a game. It's like if you go and you're following and you're engaging and you're connecting and you go and create the content and then someone sees you pop up in their feed with that content that they were just wondering about, it all just starts to magically happen. And then the real magic happens when you have a call to action that takes them onto an email list, that from there you can actually connect and sell and build a relationship and truly make money by pressing a freaking button. So how many of you are going to join the challenge that I'm gonna teach you how to do a challenge next week? That's the real question. Well, sorry, in 10 days. I am really hyped to show you how to get all of those eggs in a row, eggs in a basket, to show you how to build a challenge that's not only fun, that you'll have fun, but your followers will have fun. They'll be excited to connect and engage with you. You can have fun creating some content to get people in the challenge. So I appreciate y'all. I see a temporary series like, are we planning a trip to Alaska? You could do any type of series, just throwing that out there. So you can have a series on any freaking topic. I definitely recommend, if possible, pre-plan the series in your head or on a piece of paper so that you're not over committing yourself. But yes, there could be series on, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like you could do people that do recipes. You could do a series, a mini series, right? I was talking to one of my gals the other night. I love the idea she came up with, cooking for two. Cooking for two. How many of you would grab her freebie about cooking for two? Like if she had cooking for two weeknight meals, or cooking for two gluten-free, or cooking for two. Like I was telling her, there's so many directions you could go with cooking for two. Cooking for two, date night at home, right? So for her, same applies. She could do a series of cooking for two, I don't know, five ingredient meals, cooking for two meals under 30 minutes, cooking for two Valentine's Day, and maybe it's Valentine's Day edition, cooking for two, like, oh my God, that, I love that tagline. It's so freaking cute. Let's do another one. If you were doing like, what else have I seen? I've seen people do like workout series. They're not like, it wouldn't seem like they're a ton of fun, but it keeps people coming back for the next part. Like the better your series, like the more niche it is, it's going to get all those people like coming because they're like, oh, I want to know the next thing. I want to know how to do whatever, right? So if you were doing like mindset, you want to ideally give one thing, like you want to tease one little thing, but then you're asking them to come back for the next part. Come back tomorrow for part 2. Come back tomorrow for part 3. Come back tomorrow for the next step in this sequence. Come back tomorrow for the next thing that you have to do. Does that make sense? So, all right, I'm going to peace out, let everybody get back to work. Super excited that y'all hung out with me for a little bit here. I am going to try to make these more of a regular thing to come and hang out with all of you. And I will be back soon. Bye.